Oh boy. All
Yeah.
right, y'all. We're gonna go live. We are live.
Okay.
And Candace is up to her usual tricks, waiting for a high profile case involving a Black death and then coming out and going against a Black person and propping up the cops.
Yeah. I listened to Willie D over there.
Oh no, I got the actual video with her talking. So I'm gonna play it and we're gonna analyze it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Candace and her greasy ways.
Yes. Yeah. That's all it is. At the end of the day, that's all it is. She just gotta have her face shown up in a high profile case some kind of way.
Somebody that still ain't nobody gonna buy that raggedy ass book.
Ain't nobody buying it. And I said, Breonna Taylor is more likable in death than Candace Owens is likable in life. A dead woman is outshining her.
That's a shame. She pregnant and she's still spewing evil.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a shame.
And she don't know the judgment she is speaking on herself, for real.
You're right about that.
All right, y'all. We got about 139 people. Ooh, y'all came in here fast. Y'all came fast. Wow. Yeah, I got a video and I want you to we're going to just listen to part of it because after a while, I can't stand listening to Candace. She's annoying.
I know. I can only stomach so much.
You can only take a few minutes at a time. It's painful.
Extremely.
All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and share my screen so we can start getting into this. All right, y'all know what to do. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Shalom, everybody. Shalom. There we go. We got the ones. All right, Queen True Royal. You ready for this? Okay. You might want to, have like a gag bag or something nearby. you might need it. All right.
Listen, I want to whoop her ass.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people want to get at that. All right, y'all. Ready?
13 minutes.
Everybody. Hello. Time to have one of those little chats because it seems that the Black Lives Matter narrative is getting more and more ridiculous every single day. And here we have a stunning case, Breonna Taylor, where actually every single piece of information that was provided us through the media was an absolute lie. Just an absolute lie, but actually nothing that they told us about this case was true. If you have been following this case from the beginning, we have been told that Breonna was an EMT, was living life the right way. The police officer showed up accidentally to the wrong door and shot her while she was asleep. All of it, a lie. Not even one part of it's true. Not one piece of that was true. First and foremost, Breonna Taylor was not an EMT. She had been in the past, but she had to step away from being an EMT because a car that she had rented all the way back in 2016 was involved in a homicide that was being investigated. A homicide which involved her boyfriend, the one that was a drug dealer, her ex-boyfriend at the time that she has been killed, Jamarcus Glover. This is all about a very intricate drug ring that the police officers had been following for years in this town that Breonna Taylor was unfortunately at the center of. Now, I'm going to say a sentence that nobody is going to care about because the media, when you tell the truth, always ignores this sentence. Breonna Taylor did not deserve to die. It's common sense. She was mixed up with the wrong people. It's unfortunate that she's dead. This is one of those instances when you're growing up and your parents tell you not to hang out with the wrong people because you can end up in the wrong circumstances and you can get yourself into trouble. This is something that we learn when we're children, when you become a teenager, when your parents are trying to guide you and make sure you don't hang out with the wrong people or fall into the wrong crowd, as we like to say. But for whatever reason, this is no longer being held as a norm for Black America. It doesn't matter if we're hanging in the wrong crowd. It doesn't matter if we're actively helping our boyfriends move drugs, which is what Breonna Taylor was actually doing, okay?
Now, she was not. Now, Candace is straight up lying on Breonna Taylor. There was 0 drugs found in her house. They found no unusual activity surrounding Breonna Taylor at all. Candace is what True Royal calls a glory hog. See, nobody's buying her book. Nobody's paying attention to her. She got 2.6 million followers on Twitter, and not even a quarter of them are buying her book. She needs attention. See, you notice how she's cropping up, making accusations against Amazon recently. And now, as usual, she's doing what we have seen her do over and over. Black high profile case. Black woman is dead. George Floyd. She did the same thing to Ahmaud Arbery. You see the pattern here. Any Black person that gets killed, she comes bubbling up to the surface to blame, do what a white supremacist always do. Put the blame on the Black person, and the police are always right. She's doing this because, number one, she got a predominantly white audience that listens to her, and they only get off on her trashing Black people. That's the only reason. You see, they're not supporting her, because if they were, they would be buying her book. So they're not supporting her. They're only there for entertainment purposes. So she did the same thing with Ahmaud Arbery. She called Ahmaud Arbery a burglar. You can jump in, True Royal. I don't mean to.
No. I'm enjoying what you're saying.
Yeah, So this is something she has to do, because who would pay attention to Candace otherwise? Candace is just like her nemesis, Tommy Lauren. Both of them need Black people in order to have a career. Period.
Yeah.
If she wasn't talking shit about Black people all the time, who the hell would pay attention to her?
Well, Lisa, something ain't right on the home front. I always dig deep.
Yes.
You sitting up here worried about this little, talking about this woman. You about to have a baby. You come up with your harebrained schemes, Candace. But Candace, I drug your ass a while back. You was talking about that systemic yeast infection your ass said you got from mold, and you didn't get it from.
You cannot get no yeast infection from some damn mold.
No, okay. no, you cannot. She was taking in too many white penises at one time and stuff. I know what time it is. I'm gonna try to control my mouth, Lisa. I'm gonna try.
No, you let it rip. Okay. We don't care about this person, because he has showed time and time again that she is willing to trash a Black person just to gratify her white audience. That's what this is all about at the end of the day.
Yeah, riding off of our coattails. And on a serious note, if we can't see it, folks, some folks ain't gonna see it. We speaking stuff into existence. I'm seeing it go down. I can't be quiet about it no more. Like I said, even if you think, let alone folks to do what she do, you got some shit to deal with. Now, Lisa, I just did my premiere on my channel about, that other coon, DA, and he's sitting up there having problems. So you're going to have some problems too, because this is a person's life.
Yes.
And nobody wants to be held accountable for killing her. And she thought throwing that in there is supposed to soften it and all that. She don't give a fuck about her being dead.
She sure don't.
This
is all about, at the end of the day, this is all about selling books.
Yeah, you worried about trying to get a bag. And nobody not gonna buy your book. I'm telling you, that book, y'all gonna see that book in the Dollar Tree. They couldn't even give me that book for free. Because you got it's like with anything. Like with music or anything, when me and Lisa was talking earlier, you got to come out the gate like a racehorse with your shit. And if nobody ain't picking up on it, it ain't like somewhere. I ain't never heard of a movie, a song, or a book that's been out for a minute, and then it started out slow, and then out of nowhere it just picked up and gained some speed. She not gonna. What you say, Lisa? Was like 697
on the list.
On the list,
yes,
man.
Oh, Trash Can America. Did you buy Candace Owens' book since you want to come over here and try to defend her? Did you buy her book? You just one of those motherfuckers that want to run your mouth. If you really supported her, how come her book only sold 90,000 copies in 8 months? You don't support her. You don't support her. You just like all the other ones. You just get off on her talking shit about black people. You ain't buy that book. You lying. You know why? Because we're talking about it. So you're gonna say yes. You lying. You didn't buy that damn book. You don't support her like that.
Lisa, put some salt in the wound, please. What about her being snubbed on the world stage? She didn't get to speak at the Republican convention. You can't get snubbed no more better than that.
Right. How come she didn't get invited to the RNC? Okay. RNC.
What excuse y'all asses is gonna come up with?
No RNC. And you know what? Over the years, the only one that Candace inspires is a predominantly white audience and a mass shooter over in New Zealand that shot up a mosque. That's all we ever heard about her inspiring.
I remember that. When I seen that, I said, "Now, oh my goodness!"
He was a little short, micro, mini man mass shooter.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was no taller than my thumb.
Something ain't right at home, Lisa.
Something
ain't right at home.
Yeah. She got to do stuff like this because otherwise, who's going to pay attention to her? Seriously.
Yeah, you ain't getting enough of them coins in your house.
No. I tell you what, those book sales ain't going to pay the rent. We already know that.
Yeah. This knucklehead, she moves into an apartment before she hooked up with that white boy. Apartment, $3,000 a month. Candace knew she couldn't pay that rent. And she pissed them people off.
She sure did.
Something happened behind the scenes to shut that down. And you know what I was thinking about? Whatever.
She's always coming up with a scheme to sue. This is what this Amazon stuff is about. You watch, y'all. In the next month or two, she gonna be screaming lawsuit against Amazon. She's setting it up right now. She getting the stage set up right now for that lawsuit.
Yeah, like Amazon want to ruin themselves by fucking with her or her book specifically. You know how that stuff
and not even a good selling book on top of that. They gonna risk their business over a book that ain't even selling well. I mean, come on, who does that?
So out the blue, after 90,000 books are bought, then out the blue, all of a sudden, the other books people gonna fuck with.
Right.
That should have backfire on her. Candace is known for being greasy, and she must think white folks don't notice it.
Yeah, there's a lot that don't care for her. They really don't. And they know she's a con artist because at the end of the day, this is a con artist. What she do is what cons do. She latches on to a situation and trying to milk it for her own gain. And at the end of the day, see, Breonna Taylor is just somebody she wants to use so that she can profit off of it. At the end of the day, that's what she's trying to do, profit off of the death of another black woman. Okay,
Dino, you must be new to this channel. We don't give a fuck if Trump win. You need to go find another channel. We don't give a fuck.
We ain't going into that bullshit. Go take that somewhere else.
Yeah, we don't give a damn about Trump, and we don't give a damn about Biden. All right.
And we don't care nothing about no left wing and right wing. Get out of here with that mess. We ain't into that.
Yeah, you wasting your damn time with that. You got to go find another channel for that. Fuck them all because they one and the same as far as I'm concerned. You know, some of these people don't know what channels they be on. We ain't dealing with that shit.
Yeah, and we ain't down with Obama either. So don't post that bullshit either. You can go somewhere with the Obama crap.
All of them.
Mhm.
All of them.
You in the wrong place, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we know her book sales are bad. We know she wasn't invited to the RNC. You know, look like somebody's career is on the decline here.
Yeah, on the decline.
You know? Conan just don't pay the bills like it used to, y'all. It don't pay the bills.
No, they're gonna have to come up with another gig.
Yeah, she really is. Yeah, she really do. Okay, y'all, you know, and you know, maybe one day she'll actually get her hair styled. We've been looking at this chick like this for years now. Since
she do her own hair.
Yeah, you can tell. This hairstyle has not changed in years. Okay, and you know how Black women are about our hair. We be inventing styles nobody ever seen before. You know how we are, right?
Yeah,
we be hooking up them heads, getting up in the morning. We be changing our part, changing the way the curls lay to the side, you know. And if you got that natural hair, you might want to go straight and what did they say? Fried, dyed, and laid to the side. You know how we are. We don't be playing.
Nope. We're pretty vain about our hair. Candace don't know what to do with that shit.
No, that shit been looking the same for years now. And you can tell she don't go get her hair professionally done. And if she do, you need to bitch slap the person that's doing that to your head. That's what you need to do.
Candace don't have no Black friends.
No,
she don't have that one sister in the hood that can, you know, hook your shit up.
Yeah, you can even get one of them kitchen hairstyles. You know, you go to somebody's kitchen, get your hair did, and get them, you know, get your hair curled and looking tight, or get yourself a nice afro coming out of that joint.
No, not Candace. Split ass ends.
Bad. Yeah. And when you do a close up shot to her, you know, those split ends are like the only thing you notice. It's so bad. Yeah, we don't walk around with our head looking that damn raggedy.
No.
All right, y'all. So I'm going to play a little more of this, and then there's a Newsweek article too that I'm going to get into.
This is the truth. You can head and you can read all of the police investigative reports. Doesn't matter. The police had an actual warrant to be at her place, that they had been trailing her, that her name was on the warrant when they showed up at her place. It was
false. Her name was not on that warrant, y'all. It was not on the warrant. Okay. Her address was on there, you know, as a place they wanted to go to, but she was never named on the warrant. And if you've been following the story, you would know that. So Candace is just lying through this whole video.
Candace, one thing that she don't do, she thinks she can just blurt out shit. And you know, when you do what we do, people send us a lot of information.
Yeah.
And the responsible thing to do is research it. Some people get mad because they want to put things out, but it don't be true. I'm not gonna get caught up like that. No way.
Right.
No way. I'm gonna be responsible.
So no, her name was not on the warrant. Okay. And they did check out Breonna. They could not find anything on Breonna at all. So Candace is just making up a fairy tale off of the top of her head. That's
because the thing is, the people that are who putting up these videos and sending me links, and you and other folks about what Candace about Breonna Taylor, is that some of these people don't do their own thinking.
No, they don't.
You're not gonna get no job, because that type of job she have, they're gonna check you front and back,
right,
and stuff. And you can't hold nobody hostage. They didn't dated someone that's out there doing whatever they're doing. Sometimes you don't know.
Right.
You're not responsible for that. And stuff. And
if anybody ever get a hold of Breonna Taylor's mother email, send it to me because I'm gonna send her this video. You know, you got somebody that is falsifying information about Breonna just for fame.
yeah, that's
I believe her mother deserves to know what Candace Owens is saying about her daughter. And she got the right to legally act against her if that's what she wants to do. So if anybody come across an email, I'm sending this video to Breonna Taylor's mom. Or feel free to send it yourself. But she deserves to know what Candace is out here saying about her deceased daughter. All right, let's go on.
Not the wrong address. Everything the media told you was a lie. The police officers had every right to be at that property. They had been monitoring that property for weeks. They had a poll camera watching every single thing that group of people did because they were involved in meth, crack cocaine. They were moving drugs, and Jamarcus Glover was the person who was at the center of it. Okay, that's the truth. You were told that the police officer shot her while she was asleep. No, she was standing in a hallway. Right? You were told that she had nothing to do with anything and it was all an accident. It was not an accident. Okay, she was knee deep in drugs. You can actually log on.
So, Queen, you know me and you, we are good detectives online. We need to find Breonna's mother.
All right, I can work on that.
We're going to find Breonna's mother and make sure she gets this video.
I put it to you like this, Lisa. I don't think it's going to be too hard. I got I ain't gonna say too much, but he did reach out to me for me and you to call him today.
Okay.
He's in contact with her mother. I'll just leave it like that.
Good. We need to get this video to Breonna's mother. She has every right to know what's
and before you started again, because it's something that you have taught me. Now, at this point, the way Breonna is talking, this is how her husband talk.
You're talking about Candace. Okay,
Candace. Yeah, Candace. Excuse me. Excuse me. The way Candace is talking, this is how her husband talk.
Yeah.
This is how these white boys be sounded. Because I'm picking up on, because you've been teaching me that. I've been picking up on that lately.
Yeah. You know, so again, this is just for publicity, fame, so you can pay attention to her, and then she can try to sell that lame ass book to people, you know. And you know, Candace, what she is doing, she don't have this information, y'all. She don't have this kind of information on Breonna. If the authorities do not have this information on Breonna, where the hell did Candace get it from?
Yeah, because the thing is, this shit that she talking about, we know how the media work. They would have this shit all out on Breonna Taylor. They would show footage and everything.
Right. And you know the lamestream media don't like black folk. Let's be real. It's very anti-black. Anytime there's a killing of black people, they go to dig in that black person's background to find shit wrong, to come and put it on blast in the media. That's how they handle a black death in America.
They didn't have 7 months to do that. They would have put all kind of stuff out on this black woman.
Yes.
They would not have held back.
Something that the police did not find. Trust me on this one. She didn't. She didn't.
Yeah, look, you know, to prove what we're talking about. Okay, the Coon DA goes to Jamarcus on 3 occasions to implicate Breonna and saying she's a drug queen pin. So if she's all what some of these people are saying, the DA trying to get her ex to say, oh yeah, she was a part of all of it. That means they don't have nothing.
They had nothing. And Candace don't have nothing either. She don't have nothing either. She's doing this because, see, in the past, she has gotten away with it. And none of the families of these dead black men and women have never gone after her. And that needs to change. That needs to change.
I will come for her throat.
It could be the case where they're not aware of it, That could possibly be true, but they need to be made aware of it.
Yes.
If nothing else, they can at least address it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? All right, let's go on.
And read the transcripts from when her ex-boyfriend, Jamarcus Glover, got arrested back in 2018. They actually recorded their jail conversations between her and the entire network of the people that were moving drugs through the neighborhood.
Okay, now if she got the recording, where is it?
Yeah. Everything
Where's
is
the recording?
Where's the receipts at? Show the fucking receipt.
She ain't bring no facts or proof to the table yet. She's just running her mouth.
You don't got no receipts.
And just like I'm gonna say this again, Candace is no one special. She's just a citizen with an opinion. She's not in elected office. She's not part of law enforcement. She's not in part of the Trump administration. She's just a citizen just like me and you with a damn opinion. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why she has gotten as far as she has is because of exactly what she's doing to Breonna Taylor. She's willing to put her face out there and talk shit about Black folk, talk shit about the Black community, drag dead Black people. She's willing to do this. This is why she's getting propped up. She's not getting propped up for any other reason.
But you know what, Lisa? But she ain't getting paid anymore.
She sure ain't. We know she ain't getting paid off of them book sales.
So what she worried about money for? She's supposed to be married to a wealthy man.
No, I think his family is wealthy. I think boyfriend, he probably gets some kind of allowance or something.
Yeah, that's it.
He looked like one of them do-nothing guys, you know?
So, this ain't a good look. I'm telling you. Homeboy,
No.
This ain't no good look, Candace.
No.
Karma is a true bitch.
And, these families need to be made aware of all this dragging that she's doing. And they need to give these kind of videos like this one that Candace is doing to their attorney.
Yeah, this is slander.
Yes.
This
is big time slander. And if Breonna had a police record, y'all, you can find a police record on people. You can. If y'all remember, didn't Cynthia G get Tariq Nasheed's police record and went on video with it?
Yes. I watched the video.
He got it online. So all of these people making accusations against Breonna, how come none of them are producing her police record? That can be found. I mean, where is it? Why are you making the accusation and then show nothing like Candace is doing right now? All right.
Asking her to do things in his place. She was involved, and she was also made it very clear that she was worried because she loved him so much that he was going to end up in serious trouble one day. Unfortunately, she didn't worry enough about herself and what trouble she was going to be in one day. This is a case that comes down to personal responsibility. Of course, the most important part about this case, which no one is talking about, is that they fired first. They shot a police officer, and I shouldn't say they, I should say the guy.
Which is not true. When they came in that apartment, Kenneth Walker fired a warning shot. A warning shot. Okay, when you fire a warning shot, you are just trying to scare somebody, which means you're not aiming at them, but you are firing that weapon to let them know you do anything else, I'm going to shoot you. So there were two people, and this is documented, y'all. Y'all can look this up. There were two people with a 9mm. That was Kenneth Walker and Brett Hankinson, the only cop that was charged. He was the only other person on the scene with a 9mm. And they've already determined that the shot and Madeline did not come from Kenneth Walker. That's in the ballistics report. So if it didn't come from Kenneth Walker, it had to come from Hankinson.
I even heard that when that interview that Coon gave, the DA gave yesterday, they asked him straight up about them ballistics, and he is flatly refusing. And they all talking about the ballistics now.
Yeah, because Kenneth Walker did not shoot Mattingly.
And now he want his an extension. This still ain't gonna change the inevitable for your black ass.
No. Okay. So let's go on, because Candace is straight up lying. She's lying, period.
That she was with at the time, Kenneth Walker, fired and shot a police officer before hiding behind her and running to the back of the house. And she then took all of the bullets from the returning police officer.
Which did not happen. Because didn't you see how they pounced on Kenneth Walker? Okay, they got him, took him outside, had him down on his knees, threatened to put an attack dog on him, one of them canines. That's what they did with Kenneth Walker.
I seen that with my own eyes.
Okay, that's what they did to this thing. He ran behind Breonna like she was a human shield. That didn't happen. That's what she's trying to imply, that he ran behind Breonna like she was a human shield.
Yeah, but
he did not do that to her.
But during the process, when everything went down, he calling for the police.
Calling the police, right? Kenneth Walker because he didn't know who was at that door. He thought it was an intruder. He got on the phone and dialed 911. So she's making it seem like they came to the door. He shot Mattingly. He ran down the hallway, used Breonna as a human shield, and she took 6 bullets. That's not what happened. That's a lie. But this is what she's sitting up here trying to tell you. Now, why is she doing this to Breonna? Why? Breonna didn't do anything to Candace. So again, she needs the black community, because if we weren't around, she wouldn't have nobody bad to talk about.
No, she sure wouldn't.
She just like her girlfriend, Tommy Lauren. They need the black community and even have a career. Where would her career be if she didn't have black folks to talk about?
But you just think about that. You may have your first child, and you spewing this type of shit.
Yes,
she was fucked up in the head. I mean, real bad.
Yep.
That's what she's preoccupied with.
Look, I ain't even deep into Cardi B, but one thing Cardi B said to Candace, she is a sellout to her own people, and that is correct. She is right about that.
You're absolutely right.
All right, let's go on, y'all.
As they were standing in a hallway side by side next to each other. So the police come, they knock on the door, okay? And they say police. Why do we know that's true? Because Kenneth Walker himself verified that him and Breonna Taylor heard the knock at the door, and the neighbors came outside to speak to the police officers. The neighbors have verified that the police officer said it's the police.
That's fake.
That's not true either. I got something to say about that real quick.
Go ahead, Queen.
That is not true. I've heard a number of recordings of people that lived in that complex. They also called 911. People didn't know what the hell was going on. They didn't know it was the police. Right. They calling on the police and didn't even realize it.
Yes. Yes.
And
the one guy that said he heard it changed his story. He said, and initially he was saying just what the other residents were saying. He did not hear the police announce themselves. It wasn't until the police got a hold of him, then he got scared and changed his story.
Yeah, and I got footage on my channel right now that guy, that they were harassing him, and you can hear him in distress saying, "I want to go home."
Yes.
They was messing with that dude. And like I said, I think he had a very strong African accent. They was intimidating him. Yes, so the DA, 11 people say all the same thing, and then one person say something different, but they changed up. But he gonna focus just on that. On that one. To hell with the other 11 people. To hell with them.
Yes.
And see, when they came over there, you know, wait a minute. You seeing this is a no-knock warrant, but you're knocking.
Right. And I don't care if both Kenneth Walker and Breonna both had police records. They still did not deserve to be treated as they did. They tried to charge Kenneth Walker with attempted murder. And they shot up Breonna Taylor like she was some crime kingpin.
Well, you know what, Lisa?
I wouldn't care if they had a record. They still didn't. It still should not have gone down like that.
Lisa, you was the only one that I could gather that reported it, because I didn't see it on some other channels that I'll be looking at. You was the one to report that the postmaster of that district let the media know immediately, because the cops was already trying to pull in.
Yeah, they were trying to lie.
Yeah, they were already out the gate lying. So they had day one said, nah, ain't no drugs been coming to that house. Yes, there was some packages with that brother's name on it. And there was 4 packages, and it was clothes that he ordered. So you think some clothing company gonna send him some drugs in the mail?
Right. And they wanted them to spy on Candace, and they wouldn't do it. They said there was nothing going on or no unusual packages going to her apartment.
And if they were
getting mad because the postmaster wouldn't do their dirty work for them.
Yeah, they run into everybody because there was a botch raid. It didn't turn out the way it was gonna turn out.
Seriously, Candace, who's putting you up to this? PragerU? Who's putting you up to this? Every time a high-profile black case comes up, here you come. Are they putting you up to this? And you getting paid? Something is going on. Something is going on, because she does this like clockwork. All right. Let's listen to a little more.
Okay. Now, you hear people who have white guilt, and they say this people doesn't matter. How do they know it was the police? I don't know. Shoot first and ask questions later. I wouldn't know it was the police if you knocked and said the police. Okay. Would you grab your gun and fire at them? Wouldn't you look out the window, check the peephole to see what's going on before the police officers barge into your house, which they have a right?
If they have a no-knock warrant, you wouldn't know anybody was outside. How would you know anybody is standing outside the door and they didn't knock? Is she really this stupid?
Man.
I mean, that's just like if I came to California, you and Amari are upstairs in the house, and I'm just standing there on your sidewalk. And you never knew. And then I'll call you a week later. Kim, I was at your house last week. And you'd be like, why didn't you knock? Oh, well, you should have looked outside, Kim. What do you mean I should have knocked? You should have looked outside. That's exactly what she said.
This is crazy.
I mean, I'm serious. This is exactly what she's saying. They were there. They didn't knock, but Kenneth should have looked outside. Does that make any sense?
That don't make no damn sense.
That's stupid.
Some of the shit they come up with.
Right to do because they have a warrant on them. Do you understand that Breonna Taylor is dead? That is sad. It is the fault of Kenneth Walker for firing at a police officer. Black Lives Matter started at the principle that unarmed Black Americans were being shot and killed for no reason by police officers. We have now dramatically shifted the narrative to Black Lives Matter, which means even when a Black American is armed, shoots a police officer, the police officer has a warrant to arrest and to inspect that property and take drugs, still the Black American is somehow a victim. That is pointedly ridiculous. Let me also tell you something else.
Okay. So what Candace is saying, y'all, no matter what the circumstances is, if you get a knee on your neck, if you are just jogging down the street and you just want to look at a house under construction, or you're Breonna Taylor that gets waken up in the middle of the night and shot up, it's always the Black person's fault, according to Candace. She just said it herself. You're trying to make yourself a victim. So she's saying Black people can never be victims. She's saying that. That's what she's saying. We can never be a victim in her eyes.
But she's always the victim.
But she's always a victim, like with her book. Oh, Amazon is smearing shit on my book. Oh my God, they stomped on my book. Yeah, but you're a victim, right?
Ooh,
What a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she is sitting here and saying Black people can never be a victim. That's exactly what she's saying. You're right, Queen. She's getting this directly from her husband.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting this directly from her husband.
Yep.
It is the bigotry of low expectations. Stop believing. If you are a white person, you've been defending this, and you've been wearing a Breonna Taylor t-shirt, and you've been demanding justice for Breonna, then you should be demanding that her boyfriend serves time in prison for firing at a police officer. You should not be demanding a police officer's figurative head on a stick, okay?
You hear that? So a
Yep.
cop can never be wrong in the eyes of Candace Owens. Again, True Royal is right. She getting this from her white husband. Listen to the way it sounds. The cop is never right. The cop is never wrong. The Black person can never be a victim. Now, who do we always hear saying that? Trolls, racist trolls online, these right-wing, folks that they never have a history of liking Black people. Yeah, those kind of folks be saying that stuff. Okay. Yeah, we need to find Breonna Taylor's mother. I want to make sure she gets this.
These are the people that protect and serve the community. You keep saying Black Lives Matter. Did any of the Black lives that were having crack cocaine moved into their neighborhood by this whole organization of criminals matter to you at all? Did you know maybe somebody overdosed on the drugs at this?
Well, first of all, crack cocaine in the Black community came from the government. So those are the criminals that dropped it in the Black community. So this is once again Candace twisting history and not telling the truth. She is famous for doing this.
Yeah, she don't know what she talking about. I can remember when it wasn't no damn crack. I know how all that stuff started.
Right. Okay, you got to go all the way back to Iran-Contra. That's where it begins. And so she's trying to say, so in other words, a bunch of drug dealers got together and dropped crack cocaine into the Black community. That's not how it went down. And even Gary Webb, who they killed, told you that. He said the government brought the shit in. And you saw how they executed him, pumped 2 bullets in his head. But now Candace got the answer to crack cocaine, y'all. She got the answer all these years later. Where would we be without her fake information?
See, Candace, one of these people, she picking up shit offline, hearing people. She don't go research, and she don't do none of her own thinking.
Right, but look at the crowd she's keeping. It's not like she's around a large crowd of Black people. Her crowd look just like her husband.
Well, they ain't buying her fucking book. Shit.
No, they sure ain't. They're not supporting her at all, but that's her crowd. They ain't supporting that damn book, but that's her crowd. All right. So now she's trying to twist the history on how crack cocaine got in the Black neighborhood.
Does that matter to you at all? Did any of that? The Black lives only matter when the narrative that you hope, that you wake up every day and you hope that you're going to see, is that police officers are killing Black people for no reason. This case is an unfortunate one.
They have historically.
That's all I ever known.
They have historically. So again, this is what people that don't like us do. They ignore our history, right? And then always try to find a blame to put everything on us. All right. And the people that are causing us harm, they have chose to let them go. Look, this is so much of what happened in America. They even wrote slave code about it. Written in the slave code is they can kill us and never go to jail. Now, what do you see to this very day? Cops are killing us unarmed and they never go to jail. This shit was written centuries ago. So Candace Owens can't fake up a history that never happened.
Yeah.
not a case of police brutality. It is not a case that has anything to do with race, okay? You could have put a white person, you could have put a meth lab in there. If a police went to serve a warrant and it was a bunch of white kids selling meth and they knocked on the door and the meth kids shot at them, the police would have shot back. It's called protecting your life because police officers have families to go home to.
Well, guess what? Breonna Taylor had a family too. Y'all got to stop talking like the only one on this earth that got a family to go home to is a police officer. That's a bullshit argument. That's a bullshit argument. George Floyd had a family to go home to. Ahmaud Arbery had a family to go home to. He got a mother that loved him. Okay? Breonna Taylor had a family to go. So stop acting like the value of a cop's family is bigger than everybody else. It isn't. That's a bullshit argument.
Mm-hmm.
What more do you want police officers to do? They investigated. They had a warrant. They were at the right residence. Breonna Taylor's name was on the warrant. Jamarcus.
No, her name was not on the warrant. Her apartment was on the warrant. Her name was never on the warrant. That has already been determined. Okay, so she's lying about that.
Name was on the warrant. They did everything the right way. They went to the court, got the warrant, knocked on the door, and announced themselves, even though they didn't have to. They could have knocked it. They could have barged on the door and gone in the way that the FBI raided Roger Stone's house. Okay? Did Roger Stone, by the way, shoot FBI raid officers?
No, but he did lie to the courts, and Trump got him out of everything. So that's a bad example, Candace. You shouldn't have picked that example. Roger Stone should be sitting in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but because we are in the system of white supremacy, he's a free man. Okay, so that's a bad example. Breonna Taylor was a black woman. So you comparing a white man that has all kinds of privileges to what happened to her is just stupid. That's a bird brain argument.
When they swarmed his household, did he go, oh, well, I didn't know who it was, so I just shot first and asked questions later? No, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. So it is entirely possible.
Yeah, and he cried to Trump to get him out of everything, and eventually Trump did. Now, you see how she's leaving all of that out? He cried like a baby for Trump to get him out of the whole thing. He was scared he was going to go to jail.
Sure did.
Not to serve your warrant and bang down your door, but you don't shoot at a police officer and then hide behind your girlfriend and allow her to take the bullets.
Okay. I'm going to stop it right there because I just can't take all these lies. She is just making stuff up off the top of her head. Candace is sitting here babbling along and she has not showed 1 ounce of proof to back up what she's saying. Nothing. You know, this is just like some white dude or white girl making a video and saying the same exact thing. Candace is no different from them. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why she can relate to them and can't relate to her own people. She can't relate to other black people. She can't. Mm-hmm. You know? And now that, you know, her book is failing, she got to find another way to make herself relevant. See, if her book was doing well, she would be out touring the country, signing the book, making appearances in bookstores. That's the kind of stuff she would do if her book was successful, right? Mm-hmm. But she's not doing that. Look at the kind of stuff she's doing instead of going out and promoting her book across the country.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I'm looking at her. I'm looking at her Instagram, and she got a picture Photoshop with Cardi B holding her book. She's trying to get that book sold any way she could. Oh, this shit is pathetic.
She just can't handle the fact that people ain't feeling her like that. Mm-hmm. She can't handle it. And those of you that gave the super chat and super stickers, thank you. Thank you to everybody. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, yeah, so I can't sell a book. I'm not going on a book tour because I didn't sell enough books. I'm not promoting. I'm not going to book signings and appearances at bookstores. So, hey, I got a lot of time on my hands. This is what I'll do. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is what I'll do. You know, this is just ridiculous. like I said, I would love to figure out Tamika Palmer, I believe is Breonna Taylor's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she needs to know what Candace is out here doing.
That is slander.
I want to make her mother aware of this.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to be aware of it because she got every right to take legal action. This stuff won't stop unless people stand up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. Breonna Taylor, nobody is leading a perfect life on this planet, and especially Candace Owens. She ain't leading no perfect life either. So, Candace, you're talking all kinds of shit about a dead woman. One day, like everybody, you may die, and it may be a lot of people dragging your ass in death.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do these kind of things because it can easily happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
You are not above it.
Mm-mm-mm.
I know. I mean, I feel for her, and I sure hope Kenneth Walker pursue. He is suing, but I hope he gets everything he deserves. That man deserves so much. I hope he gets a few million out of the whole thing. He deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
For everything he's gone through. And he's another one with no police record. And see, that's what's burning them all up. This man has no police record. Breonna had no police record. You know how the white media drag black people with a police record. They would not have been on that shit.
Yeah, they eat that shit up. They love that shit.
They love doing that to us.
Yeah. So it just turned out that those very two people don't have a record at all. That just, so it's just certain things in this case, that you don't mention, know. And and the way things are going, I mean, it's making people look at it even harder.
Yes. And I think it's going to look, when the grand jury audio comes out, trust me, y'all, this is going to be a game changer, because we're looking at the way this DA is reacting. Look at how he's reluctant. He don't want to put it out. He wants you to just take his word on what this verdict being the right one. It's bullshit. Now he wants to redact names out of the damn audio and do all this old funny shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's doing this because he knows deep down inside, no matter how evil you are, when you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You know damn well when you've done something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And this man did a lot of wrong in that room with the grand jury. And like I told True Royal before, behind the scenes, he done lied and withheld evidence from that grand jury.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what having that week reprieve gonna do for him, but whatever.
Nothing. But you know what? When have we ever seen a case where there was a grand jury and then one of the members of the grand jury tried to sue the DA to get the information released to the public?
Something is wrong. And then, like you told me that the one of that juror, they want to be interviewed.
Yes, they do. They want to come out with what Daniel Cameron said to them and the evidence he presented, because they said it's far different from what they're hearing in mainstream media and what they're seeing online. They said the stuff they're seeing, he didn't present at all.
Wow.
So they never got the full picture like they should have. He withheld information and lied in order to get those cops off.
Mm-hmm.
No. And you know what? I wouldn't even care if Breonna Taylor was a junkie. She still didn't deserve to have 6 bullets pumped into her that night.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Just like when she came out, well, George Floyd had a police record. you know what, Candace, that baby you're carrying could grow up and have a police record, okay?
Mm-hmm. Lisa, did you read about that other cop? I can't think of his name offhand. He's all ready to retire, but he got a fundraiser set up so people can like give him money in order for his retirement to go smooth. I'm like, damn.
The 3 cops was Hankinson, Cosgrove, and Mattingly.
The Cosgrove guy.
Cosgrove, okay.
Yeah, I was reading something in regard of him. He's all ready to retire, but he got a little fundraiser set up, and I think he's like asking for $75,000.
And he'll get it. You know, look, when they kill one of us, that bags them a lot of money. Look, they made Darren Wilson a damn millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yeah, I
remember the fundraiser for Jason Van Dyke for pumping 16 bullets in a child? Mm-hmm. They raised money for him.
Yep.
Some of these cops straight up became millionaires just from bagging a kill of one of us. Mm. You know, when they kill us behind the scenes, that's what they're doing. They're raising money and giving them all kinds of shit. That's what they do.
That's true.
They had a fundraiser for Danny Pantaleo. Mm-hmm. For doing a legal chokehold on Eric Garner.
Yeah. And he has the nerves to complain, please.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, but you know, we're not supposed to say nothing about this. We're wrong for speaking about it.
Yeah.
You know, and thank you everybody for the super stickers and the super chats. Oh man, this kind of stuff just makes, you know, it's a bad enough situation that nobody was punished for the death of Breonna Taylor. Now this bitch is coming with gasoline to pour on the fire. Mm. You know, and just notice she consistently do this every time it's a high profile case. She can say, and she's not alone, sadly. Charles Barkley does this consistently during a high profile case. They got the Coons program to do this every single time.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, when the gospel truth come out, that you don't hear nothing from them.
No, they'll go silent.
Uh-huh.
They'll go silent. Mm-hmm.
You're so full of it.
Yeah, they are. You know, and she, like I said, she don't realize one day somebody's going to do this to her.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody will. They will put fake information out, drag her all over social media. It'll blow up all over social media. And she'll be the first one upset, saying racism, and she gonna sue. That's exactly what somebody like that would do.
Yeah, and then want our support too.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well, I think it's pretty clear. Look, when she got turned away from the RNC and did not get to speak, remember it all came out that even them black conservatives did not like her.
Yeah, they couldn't stand her because it was like, you do one more thing, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they said when she came out on George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery, that was like the camel, the stick that broke the camel's back, and they were done with her. They were done, and I think there was a lot of friction between them anyway.
Yes, it was.
I really do. You know, and I just hope whatever lifestyle she's in, she got one hell of a security blanket, because you know, a lot of people that are trying to come out against Breonna Taylor are getting dragged badly on social media. They are.
And I'm going to keep pointing that out. You know, some people want to, you know, look over it and dismiss it.
Yeah.
Out of our captivity, it's just not a good thing to mess with us. Like I said, even thinking about doing something to us may not turn out good in your favor. And I mean, I'm seeing it. I'm clearly seeing it now. First, I thought I was being overzealous because those are the things I want to happen. I see it. And as time go on, it's going to get worse and worse on y'all ass.
Yes.
See, we are not to be messed with anymore.
Honey. There are consequences now. Queen, we got 1,054 people that are listening right now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all,
Like
we just wanted to come together and show y'all what Candace Owens was out here doing to the reputation of Breonna Taylor. And she's putting a lot of misinformation out here on a dead woman and have no regards to the fact that her family may be seeing this online. They are already hurt that they did not get the justice they were looking for Breonna.
You seeing something key. Because we research stuff, we hear about all kind of stuff, and you encountered some people that you don't particularly care for. I just couldn't do that to people, even if I hated their guts and they didn't lost a family member or something. I just, I don't have nothing to do with them,
Right.
and stuff. And I don't, I don't know what compartment you put that in, where you can see the kind of grief Breonna's mother is dealing with.
It's so hurt. When I saw those pictures of her crying when she realized nobody was going to go to jail for her daughter, I almost wept right with her.
Because they thinking that 12 million supposed to just have her excited.
No.
I bet you that woman ain't spent a drop of that money.
Let me tell y'all something. When somebody in your family is wrongfully killed, and I said this on my other video, I'm just going to say it again. You are entitled to both. You are entitled to some type of restitution for that wrongful death, and you are entitled to that justice. Justine Russick, what did they do? Gave her family $20 million, and they put Muhammad Noor behind bars. That's normally how it's supposed to go. Now, we know in this system, they tip the scales against us. But please stop saying that the mother don't deserve justice because she took money. She was entitled to that money because her daughter was killed by somebody that was hired by the city of Louisville. So they had to give her something for that wrongful death.
Yes.
And yes, she had the expectation that the police should have been punished. Any parent would have thought that. She's not alone in that. Any parent.
Well,
no, she's not wrong for expecting both, because you know what? When these things happen to white folk, they have those expectations and they usually get it. If somebody kills their loved one wrongfully.
Lisa, because you know it, my father's death is marked homicide, and ain't nothing been done. And I did, to the best of my ability, try to do something, but I wasn't well at the time. I'll just leave it like that. And it's I don't know. It's a trip. It's a feeling. It's like an out of body experience. And y'all know I talk about my father, and the only way I can get through my grief, I have to talk about him. And I'm just one of those type of people. I'm telling y'all, it's a out of body experience when you lose a loved one like that, and you look and you say homicide. It's gut wrenching. It really is. And I mean, I know who did it too. That's the crazy part. So,
yeah,
that's all I can say.
And well, you still deserve justice. I don't care how long ago it was when your father died. You still deserve that. I mean, you're still entitled to it.
I know what you said to me. It's just so hard.
It is hard. It's hard. Psychologically, it tears you up. And that's what I saw when I looked at the face of Breonna's mother.
Yeah, me too.
That woman was woe out. This has took everything. It took the life out of that woman. Watching her baby just get killed like this.
Yeah, I agree. 12 million ain't even enough,
Yeah, it's never going to be enough. And just think that she's not even getting the full 12 million because Ben Crump is going to take his cut out of that.
Yeah.
So technically she's not even getting the 12 million.
Yeah. And y'all know what I've been reporting on my channel about what Crump and them did to Breonna Taylor's family.
No, tell them what he did to Bunny.
He wanted to take Bonnie to bed. Yeah, that's what he was doing with
Yeah,
her.
that's what Benjamin Crump wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Bonnie told me that straight up.
And Bonnie's a very attractive woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that girl was serious. She was trying to get justice.
And keep in mind, Ben Crump is a married man, and he was hitting on Bunny.
Oh yeah.
And y'all saw what Bunny looks like. She's very pretty.
She is.
You know,
little sister.
Very attractive sister.
So when, we were talking about that the other day, it wasn't just Botham being killed. Joshua got killed. People that lived in that complex.
Yeah.
It disturbed that. I mean, her
actions caused so many people a lot of people moved out of that complex, from what I understood. A lot of people left.
Somebody said, okay, because I said in the state of California it's 33 and a third. They said Crump got about 30% of that out of that. And see, me personally, I'm just putting that out there, folks. Request attorney fees. That's all I'm saying.
Now, is that that should be the same no matter what, even if Louisville? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know what it is about Crump that's weird? He's got a speech impediment.
Oh, Lord, that mush mouth.
Bad. He's got a bad speech impediment.
Oh, Lord. I know you cringe every time he talk.
Yeah, that's the problem with him.
Yeah. But I mean, our folks was on his ass day one. And I don't know how much the family know. Me and Lisa will find out some things either today or tomorrow. I won't say much, but if it go the way I think it will go, we got a bombshell for y'all. Just stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah, because the kind of information we gonna bring you, you're never gonna see on mainstream news. They are not gonna go there. The only thing they want is their dirt on Breonna. That's all they want. They're not interested in the things that we're even sitting here talking about. They're not interested in this.
No.
But any dirt on Breonna, they want to run to the air and announce it to the entire planet. Everything she's done wrong. I mean, think about all of the cases before. Trayvon, remember, he smoked weed. I didn't know anybody deserved to be dead over smoking weed. Okay. And then remember when they tried to say Tamir Rice looked like a grown man? I was like, no, he don't. That's why I was pissed. I got on my video. I was like, he looked like a 12-year-old. Don't look like no damn grown man.
That guy from Texas actually wasn't Facebook. And I'm not trying to defend Facebook. It was actually Instagram, and they did it twice on Bonnie. When, because Bonnie, she was working, plus this young lady, as young as she is, she had her own business and she makes her own clothes and stuff. And so Instagram, the people that work for Instagram went out of their way to shut her down.
Yeah.
And then
the mainstream media, remember, complained that she was getting money. We're not allowed to support our own.
Yeah, because they even
we're not allowed to do that.
After we shot the interview to Phil, then they want to report on national TV because my husband come running downstairs. He said, "Oh my goodness," he was shocked. And then she took it down, and I called her. I said, "You put that shit back up. You put it back. I said, you don't have no right. You don't have no right to take that GoFund down, and your folks want to look after you."
Yep.
This girl worked at a pharmaceutical company. This girl was doing good, but because of that greasy bitch's ways, she affected a lot of people's lives.
Yeah. Yep, she sure did.
She sure. Yep.
And all she got is 10 years. 10 years for just ruining so many lives. People are dead behind her butt. You got Joshua and Botham, both dead. Okay. Joshua actually left Texas. He came back because they threatened him. If he didn't come back, they were going to have him arrested. So he came back just to sit on that bench and testify. And he ended up dead.
The pigs killed him.
Yeah, they sure did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can always kick a sellout a few dollars and they'll take you out. You know, I mean, that's nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't believe Botham would have agreed with his brother. You got killed by a stranger that came in your home. I don't think they were talking about, oh, he would have embraced it. No, I don't believe that. I believe his ass would have been pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just saying, I believe he would have been pissed.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
And Jacob Blake, they really intended for him to die. They didn't intend for him to live, pumping them 7 bullets in his back. They wanted him to die. He just happened to live.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want him to live at all. You don't shoot nobody that amount of times and you weren't trying to kill him.
Yeah, that's true. That's
you
true.
know? And yeah. Oh man, I could go on. I'm just, this kind of stuff upsets me so much. When I saw what Candace was doing and I saw this video, I was like, oh hell no.
Oh, that bitch is dirty.
Oh hell no. I'm saying something about this. That is rotten. That is rotten. And all of her supporters, fuck you. Because that tells me if you can stand by her when she does this to a dead woman, there is no humanity in you.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
It's simple. If you can defend what she just did, you have no humanity in you at all. You the same monster that she is. Mm-hmm. That's why you can defend it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Lisa, right, I'm gonna have to
go. Yeah, I'm ending now anyway. Y'all, right. Thank you for coming. We got our highest 1,075.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty damn good. So everybody, please enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming. May the Most High be with you in all 4 corners of the earth. Love your family. Peace, everybody. Thank you, True Royal, for being here.
I want to speak to you real quick before you get off, Lisa.
Okay.